So that's really not. No words. No words. Describe. I should have said. The poem. So beautiful. Beautiful. So beautiful. The people need to see what I've seen. They need to see.
These are the spiritual as much as physical voyages of the Co-Federation Solar Sun-Our Starship Planet Earth, restored to heaven on our every earth as our spiritual, genealogical, local, global, universal voyager in shared her and his family community enterprise. Our new millennial year's mission to rediscover and re-understand, sustain, and explore our and all our, in fact, familiar new worlds of family community, of the tree of love, life, and light throughout the solar system and universe, to restore, renew, and sustain our and new life and new sustainable civilizations, CAD, present, retroactively, and now, rebalance, and future, always balancing, to lovingly, genealogically, and boldly become and be space-time travelers whenever and where we have interdimensional reality, all in part been before, if also never been before, in alternative space-time lines that are circles, which are of the universal EQ, IQ, and SQ continuum. Balance, combinations of the ever-expanding circle which spiral and live enlightened, ever young, long, and prosper all both in each and every one. Engage your heart, mind, soul, and body, for we all, both in each, and each both in all, can, must, and marvelously and miraculously make it so.
In the thunderous blast, she emerges, her eyes on fire, and mighty priestess. She is risen from the nativity of Kandra. She is risen from the fires of the earth. She is risen. She is risen.
We are risen.
She is risen. She is risen.
We all are risen.
We are risen.
We all are risen.
महालक्ष्मी मृडप्रिया महारूपा महापूज्या महापातकनाशिनी महामाया महासत्त्वा महाशक्ति महारथी महाभूत महेश्वर्या महावीर्या महाबला महाबुद्धि महासिद्धि महायोगेश्वरेश्वरी महातंत्र महामंत्र महायंत्र महासना महायागत्रमाराध्या ओम महाभैरव पूजिता महेश्वर महाकल्पक महातांडव साक्षिणी महादावेश महिषी महात्रिपुर सुंदरी चतुष्षष्टि उपचाराढ्या चतुष्षष्टि कलामयी महाचतुष्षष्टिकोटियोगिनी गणसेविका Celestial event. No. What's I should have said. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. Don't look at me to see what I see. You need to see.
This day I call the heavens and the earths as witnesses intercessorily for and hopefully and prayerfully not against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose love and life with light, so that you and your children may live. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not our new millennial law.
Okay. Another Patricia. Maybe better to name sunflower. They want to kill a tea of blackness. This is Anna Marie, singing Christian, and I am Cherokee, Cheyenne, Blackfoot, and Anahuac, Dakota. And I am also a French, English, and German. That means we are all related. We embrace the new millennial golden rule as the law of Alltimate of the sacred ground that is Mother Earth and all the planets of all the universes.
Welcome to our middays broadcasts of the family community citizenship of the Earthship, planet Earth, of the Confederation of the New Millennial Golden Rule. I am a first but not last or only cosmic Christ. My mission is to bring ascension to humanity while on Earth without needing to die first, and to make a transition from the planeticidal culture that we have developed on this planet, which is caused by patriarchy, which is an anthropological system of kinship relations intertwining with institutions such as government and economic institutions and other institutions, educational institutions, all of our institutions, and transition us out of patriarchy to partnership, so that instead of planeticide, we have paradise on this and all planets. At this time of the day, I do a ceremony, which I'm going to get started with very quickly soon. for my known genealogical family, who you saw me calling some of, and I'm going to call a few more now. And I do every day because I want them to co-hostess and co-host these broadcasts with me. Their failure to do so is a terrible karmic mistake that they're making every time they make it, but I know that they will come out of this mistake because they are certainly going to get feedback from the Mother, Father, Goddess, God, that they are needed for these broadcasts, and they cannot wallow in the codependencies and the habits of patriarchy while the planet is at stake. Not only their personal lives and karmas and souls are at stake, but a planet is at stake. And so I know that Mother, Father, Goddess, God will arrange it in such a way to make it clear to them that they need to respond to the requirement of connection on these hangouts and in preparation for circles on our sacred grounds in so many places. Particularly, I am putting pressure on older women who are age 38 and above, to bring forth their goddesshood in combination and connection with one another. And then to bring in their youth, female and male, age 37 and younger, to join in on a transitional phase before we then, after about 9 or 18 months, bring in older men again as partners instead of dominators in our culture. That is the key to eternal life. It is the key to opening the stargates and to eternal youth, a risen goddess and godlike existence for human beings here and everywhere in the universe. The alternative is to ignore what I'm saying and continue as people are going. That is leading to personal disaster and planeticide. So I have warned, and I can only, you cannot, as the old phrase is, I'll modify it a little bit. How many Kosevioras does it take to change a light bulb? Only one, but only if the light bulbs want to change. And the light bulbs themselves are Kosevioras, and they are budding, blooming flowers, because that is the product of photosynthesis, and they are linked on this marvelous, miraculous planet. So I'm going to make a couple of outreach calls, and then we're going to do our ceremony. And let me just say very quickly, to educate yourself completely and thoroughly on what's going wrong on this planet, go to 5050now.wordpress.com. You'll understand all of the ills that we are suffering because of patriarchy, and you'll also understand how to make everything go right on this planet and all planets via the New Millennial Golden Rule. And there's abundant information there on different essays with excellent links and graphics that brilliant people from all around the world have contributed to the internet, that if you don't go and you don't read it, I can only say, I pity you, fool. Go read it. Go to the New Millennial Golden Rule to start with in the upper right corner. The sermons, We All Have a Dream to Make Reality Now, the State of the Union message, and the among the representatives, you, underneath the Grassroots Congresses, Courts, and Assemblies section. And there's other sections of the website that you will find very important and interesting, especially about infinite wealth, the lie of our money system, and especially under the section Judging Patriarchy. There's a huge section with one section called Grace Love's organization or outline of what's going wrong with our media. Read that. There's got loads of links that are on the website and other places about how the media has, in patriarchal hands of so-called leadership, which is really no more than the thumping of the chest of an imbecile ape, so perverted the feminine in North America that women have become their own and each other's worst enemies, and as a result also the enemy of children and youth, and as a result also the enemy of men, because they are turning the world into a place where it is not safe for men either. The men, without the women functioning as full partners at this point, can only also destroy each other. Patriarchy is gone. If you're clinging to it, you're clinging to a puff of dirty smoke. I have delivered the new law. It is the new millennial golden rule. I am the deliverer of the planet Earth, first but not last or only. I call upon all people as my co-severas, co-secretary generals, starting with women and youth age 37 and younger, female and male, of all cultures, of all hues, of all heritages. Now I'm going to reach out to a very important group of people. I'm putting you on hold with a mute. You can watch me make some phone calls. And I am leaving this message for poetess and artists and mothers and daughters and Shekinahs and sisters and all of the co-sisters Shekinahs of our family, and also our youth. That would be next. Female and male come in as soon as the Shekinahs gather. In the next half split second, the other young men come in too. You know who I'm talking about in the women of our family, and you know some of the young men. Don't keep betraying one another in your world. Come, don't be afraid. It's good. Every blessing. Here, okay.
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message. To send your message with normal delivery, press 1. Thank you. Your message has been sent.
If you're looking at it, you can see our family tree with the great and grandmother Shekinah. I have Dorothy represented there, and also your mother and all of your Shekinah, your Kazinas, and also all of our youth, including your brother and you, of course, and your children there on the family tree. Now, I want you to come and co-host this with me. I want you to bring Cheryl and any of your aunts and Shekinah that you want to bring, and especially your young Kazinas too. Andrea and Jill and anyone else you'd like to bring, and even your children. I don't know if you can hear me. It's not on mute right now. I'm going to take it back on mute.
Your message urgent, press 2. To mark your message private, press 3. Marked urgent. To review or beep, your message has been sent. To send a message to another subscriber,
know, let's win a ton. You can hear this on the broadcast. Let's win a ton and not lose a ton on this planet. Let's win a ton of goodness and happiness for everyone. And you know that the name Magdala, of Mary of Magdala, means tower. That's a clue to what this is all about. I love you, and give hugs to everyone there. You know who I'm talking about. My sister and our young intergenerational sister and brother, our young nephew and niece. I think of them as both my own because we're clan mothers, you know, we're clan mothers. And Okay, you could hear your beep on the broadcast. I'm going to call back in a moment. I'm calling. This is a family circle line. I will be calling back in a moment. You know you have an individual line of your own now, and you can differentiate the difference between sharing and being your individual marvelous miraculous selves. I'll be calling back in just a moment. This has been Broadcast on Google's Hangouts on air. Meet thee in the air, meet me in thee in the air, and let's co-hostess and co-host. After we get some co-hostesses, we'll get some of our younger co-hosts. Let's do this together.
Cancel, press star. To mark urgent, press 1. Message marked urgent. To send your message, message sent. Greeting, press 1. To delete your greeting, press 2. To hear your current greeting, press 3. To return to the main menu, press 9. My marvelous miraculous youngest. To change your custom greeting, please speak after the tone. Press pound when finished.
Youngest generations, I'm starting the middays calls. Already made some of our circle. Coming back to you very quickly soon. There's going to be longer, more extensive messages on the family extension and on the 555 extension, which really, let's think of it as the 34555 extension. I'm going to make a change on that real soon, and you can already think of it that way as that. And I'll be coming back to this extension very momentarily. This is being broadcast. People who are watching or could listen to the video are hearing me say this to you while our family tree is on the screen. Your pictures are there. I've shown your pictures bigger, and I'm going to during this broadcast. So be aware. I love you so much. Calling right back.
To save this message, press 1. Your greeting has been saved. To change extension type, press 1. To record extension name, press 2. To manage greeting, press main menu. Extension, no name, type playback and record. To change extension type, press 1. To record extension name, press 2. To manage greeting, press 3. To hear messages recorded in this extension, to change your custom greeting, please speak after the tone. Press pound when finished.
Youngest generations, female and male, male and female. You know who you are. This is being broadcast Anybody who's watching Hangoutz on air, me and thee in the air can hear what I'm saying to you. You get huge hugs. I'm going to leave a longer message in just a little bit. What I want you to do is go to the family extension and to the commons extension. You know that I call it 555, but really think of it as 34555. Okay, and there'll be longer messages there of the ceremony, and then I'm coming back to you. You are so important. You both are so important and so precious. Okay, and you've been waiting too long, but we have to start thinking of ourselves as family, tree, and community. We have to start thinking beyond individuality. As important as individuality really is, because you are both precious individuals and profoundly talented. And I've already told some of your other young Kazinas about you today and your Kazina sisters. Okay? How important you are. I love you so much. I'll call back in just a little bit.
To save this message, your greeting has been saved. To change extension type, press 1. To record extension name, press 2. To manage greeting, press 3. Main menu. Enter the extension number or press pound to create a new one. There is no such extension. Please try again. Main menu. Enter the extension number. Extension, no name. Type, playback and record. To change extension type, press 1. To change your custom greeting, press 1. Please speak after the tone. Press pound when finished.
Especially to a holy baby girl, and this is on the internet and being broadcast, and all of the individuals there. You're going to be listening to a longer broadcast on the family extension and on the family community extension. Listen there. You need to pull away from narcissistic individualism long enough to appreciate your family tree and your community possibilities, which are enormous. I love you all. I'll be leaving a longer message on the family and community extensions.
To save this message, press 1. To hear it again, press 2. To re-record this message, press 3. Your greeting has been saved. To change extension type, press 1. To record extension name, press 2.
Now we're going to do our ceremony and make it so that the people can hear it on these important extensions. They have not been able to pull free of the individualism that is also a product of extreme patriarchy that is going on in our culture. So we're going to do it that way. And we'll be on screen in just a moment. We're just making the preparations, so bear with us. Okay, we're going to do our ceremony now. We're going to be recording it on a phone tree also, so people can hear it there, and then kind of get it in stereo that way. So let's set that up.
No name. Type playback and record. To change extension type, press 1. To record extension name, press 2. To manage greeting, press 3. To change your custom greeting, press 1. To delete your greeting, press 2. To hear your current greeting, press. Please speak after the tone. Press pound when finished.
Okay, marvelous, miraculous family tree on this family phone tree. I'm about to do the ceremony and I want you to hear it. I've been in touch with Anna Marie and Mount Patricia and also women of their community. There's a lot going on there and they will be back in touch with you soon. I want you to know that I act for them, and also because they've told me so much of their Shekinah and their heritage and their generations of young people too, and I'm acting on their behalf too. We are all related. Mitakuye o Yasin. I am a nativity of the same planet, and so are you. So I want you to hear the ceremony in full on this and watch it on this extension. I'm also going to do it a second time on the community extension. And I've also left and am going to continue to leave messages for you individually, but after we do the longer one here. So watch and enjoy. This is being broadcast. And as I said, I've already shown, yesterday in the evening, I showed you pictures larger. I will again today. You're going to be seen a little bit larger now, okay? Huge love. Watch the ceremony. Take part in it and come co-host this and co-host. The light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers in water. Hugs and love to all, both in each and every one, as soon as possible. The light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers in water. Hugs and love to all, both in each and every one, as soon as possible. And you know, we also say, Mitakuye o Yasin, Mitakuye koye Reall, Bahava l'chaim shalom, salam, namaste. Let's start with that one. Namaste. The divine within me greets the divine within you, and you do have the divine within you. And I'm speaking to you. I hope you're hearing me on both places, stereo, both on the broadcast and on the phone tree. And so now we'll show our very important world glass filled with milk. We'll drink the milk of human kindness for all, both in each and every one, as soon as possible. I represent all, both in each and every one. As soon as possible, I act as intercessor until they are able to stand up for themselves and be welcomed into the circle of love and light, life and light. They are already members of it. They just don't act like it. And we have with us the water, the glass of water, for enlightened, loving, living planets that will sustain, that will reclaim and sustain our planet Earth, this Earth, to be in all our planets, past, present, and future, because we're going to open the stargates. And we're going to have eternally young life as equinox true cues, and have a lot of time to enjoy that. So we drink to all the water of enlightened, loving, living planets. And all the light, the stars and the moons and the planets themselves, of course, of our cosmos. We'll celebrate all our birthdays, conception days, name days, and holy days together. We'll start with our spring and autumnal spring birthdays. Whoops, I think a little computer feedback here. Okay. Okay. We'll celebrate and re-celebrate all our birthdays, conception days, name days, and holy days together. They're all holy days on our Earth and all our Earths and planets, past, present, and future. And we say once again, for balance and reciprocity, we'll celebrate and re-celebrate all our birthdays, conception days, name days, and holy days together, past, present, and future, as ever young equinoxes, true cues, co-saviorahs, co-secretary generals. And here are our consciousness currencies to our Shekinah of past generations, of current generations, and our Shekinah with our youth, female and male, age 37 and younger. First, co-secretary generals, co-saviorahs. As long as I have you in the circle of my heart, God as God knows that I can act as intercessor for you. But you're hanging back from participating dilutes and diminishes so greatly your own light in the circle that you endanger yourself with the dark you're creating. So we want you to come and be co-hostesses, especially to begin with the older women of our generations, but we also want our youth, female and male. We prefer the older women to bring their children, but if they won't come, then the children should come and bring their mothers, because we remember in the 1960s, the youth had to teach their families what they didn't know about some aspects of truth. If our youth are so confused by the mistakes of their parents, male and female, that they can't do that, then I do it for them. And I stand here for them, and I act on their behalf until they do. Until we'll do that kissy. And now we show our combined family grouping, because the key to the empowerment of an individual as a capable person in love power is to know that they are part of a family community. And when they know that, they bring forth their best individuality as well. That's what comes forth when they know that they're part of a family tree. Then they bring forth their best rainbow of gifts. So we'll say, oh, here we go. Okay. And of course, I have specially close bonds to the great and grandchildren of my own great and grandmothers and grandparents, female and male, and all our closer family tree, people I'm most closely related to and knew and know as children, and know the genius of the child within them, the Holy Child. The Holy Children. The Holy Children, the sisters, sister Kazinas, and our next generations, female and male. And once again, with the larger family grouping, very important to reconnect. I've called all of these people today, pretty much all of them, And they have all heard from me today, and they know they have, and they know that I'm doing this. So they're going to come forward in a little bit. I guess they need to get some shocks from Mother Nature, maybe, and Father Time to let them know that they're lagging on this. This is not too smart. But we're here to catch them when they do, and praying that whatever feedback Mother, Father, Goddess, God gives kind of a stupid community here in North America is recoverable and teaches them the lessons they need to learn to bring forth their best gifts, which are, in my family, primo, super, incredible, marvelous, miraculous. Okay. And now I'll also say we'll start fresh. We'll start fresh. Out of patriarchy and planeticide into partnership and paradisal planet and planets. So now everybody who's watching or knows that they know that their faces are available. We also made it so that we can look at a little larger diagram now of these groupings. There's this one. Let's see. Let's make it a screen share. There you are. Adorables. Marvelous, miraculous ones. Come, come, come. And also, we also want to show this grouping. This is the big laggardly group. This is the one that's been assaulted by the media and is walking around like zombies. The women are walking around like zombies in North America. They don't know how to have balance of love and work. They don't know how to have representation. They don't know how to have a conversation with each other. But we love them anyway because we know their gifts are enormous and they're going to eventually come here. And we hope it is. I'm praying and I'm intercessoring by acting as the Statue of Liberty, holding up the light. I'm going to keep these huddled masses with a place to come, and they're going to come and hear also. Let's see if that showed up. Yeah, okay. That showed up, and let's show very quickly, equally important, and in some ways most important for our attention is our younger generations, female and male, very incredibly marvelous, miraculously gifted circle. These people are so important and so important to one another. And they know it, and I keep telling them, and they keep ignoring each other. So I know there's going to come time soon when all this ignoring of each other is going to go poof, and they're going to come to the circle and be co-hostesses and co-hosts together. And these young people, it's best if their mothers come and bring them, but and their mothers are aunts and their great and grandmothers. But if that's not possible, they can come on their own and then bring the other Shekinah, the slightly older ones, and help them get younger. It works either way. So now you looked at this, and we'll go back on camera, and I'll say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Oops, let me do it this way. I like to do it this order first because our flowers have kind of waited a bit long for our heart lights to get their act together. So let's start with the flowers. But they're equally, you can see, equally important. And that's the important thing to know. We'll celebrate and re-celebrate all our birthdays, conception days, name days. What am I saying? And we'll say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And there you see the flowers and the very bright heart light. And we'll say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, hugs and love. And we'll send hugs and love, hugs and love, hugs and love, and all the blessings and all the greetings of all the languages and heritages of our Earth and our planets, past, present, and future together. That includes Namaste. It includes Bahaval Chaim Shalom. It includes Mitakuye Oyasin becomes Mitakuye Koseviral. It becomes Kongs Ampax becoming Ko Ampax. It includes Tiobesk and Sedlaric. It includes Miran Pache. It includes all of the language we've ever spoken and all of our many sojourns and migrations around this planet. So that's all included. And we'll say it again, just more simply. We'll celebrate and re-celebrate all in all the languages, all the heritages and all the blessings of all the languages and heritages of all of our Earth and our Earths, past, present, and future together. Okay, now we've done this ceremony once, and we're going to send this as a message right now. It should have been recorded also on our phone tree, which is standing symbolically for a family tree that needs to gather. And we do this while on the conference line, so people can call in, and they can also reach me. You might call me a living conference line. I'll put people together on a conference line real quick and onto the video chats very easily. And we include our neighbors. That's going to be the next part of the broadcast. So we'll be right with you. We're going to leave this as a message. You know who you are. I've said your names. If you go back into the videos of last week and this week, I said your names online a bunch of times. You haven't come. Your names are very, very important to the world. Don't you think they're important enough for you to say them? I do. So let me encourage you that way. You need a little bit of a carrot and a little bit of a stick, I think. I love you so much, and I'm going to send this message now.
To save this message, press 1. Your greeting has been saved. To change extension type, press 1. To record extension name, press 2. To manage greeting, press 3. To hear messages recorded in this extension, press your input is invalid.
It's valid. I'll fix it.
To change extension type, main menu. Enter the extension number or press pound to create a new one. Press star to hear more options. Finished.
Okay, and now we're on our family community extension, which includes neighbors. We've already reached out to a bunch of neighbors today who are also family, and we want you to know that we're leaving the message here, and you can hear the ceremony here. Your pictures are being shown and implied. We need to get some more of your pictures, but we have some of the basic ones, and your voices have been heard. Some of them, I'm getting to the point where if you don't start coming, I'll use old tapes of your voices. And your voices will be heard as a precursor to you actually coming, but only once in a while. Because this phone tree is not a substitute for the family itself. It is a symbol of it. It is to remind you of how important it is. But it's not a substitute for your coming to these phone calls and having the conference calls and being on the video chats. It's not a substitute at all. And I know that. And that's why I'm just using it as a kind of a teaser to bring you here. So now we'll do the ceremony again, and including our neighbors and our focus, not only our family tree. And I did, on the family tree line, I didn't say, and I'm going to say right now, the names at least of our Shekinah as Hera Harriet, Reall Ray, Clara Ra, Precious Antoinette, Risen Rose, Marie Popper, Marie of Loving Flowing Human Kindness, and Marie of I said that, and Grandma Popper, better than Mary Poppins, and Dorothy, and all her generations. Now, we have living relations who are Shekinah and other generations, a female who have come into this family. And they are very much in my heart, and they are, some of them showing on, they are showing on the pictures. They show on the pictures. You look carefully, they're all there. The problem is the members of this family are inverted, and they have repeatedly received outreach from me and are repeatedly unable to reciprocate a telephone call. That isn't excluding somebody else. So we need to learn how to gather together, and this is a symbolic gathering of us all together. I also, after I do the ceremony, will also say the names of the men. I want to show your pictures first. The older men, your pictures are important, and you have to come first. The current Shekinah and the youth, female and male. So watch the ceremony again. We're doing it right now. The light is on in all our hearts. Whoops, let me do it. Well, maybe we should vary the order once in a while. The light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers in water. Hugs and love to all, both in each and every one, as soon as possible. Namaste, Mikatuye Oyasin, Mitakuya Kose Reall. Kong Pax becomes Pax culture. Bahava L'chaim Shalom Salam, all the languages of the Fertile Crescent, the Middle East, and as a diaspora all around the world, everywhere connected. To your best, Sidleric, Mir, Pache, and many, many, many more. And especially love and live eternally young, eternally, longest, and prosper everyone and all. And we'll say, the light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers in water. Hugs and love to all, both in each and every one, as soon as possible. I know the value of this ceremony. This ceremony is an Eleusinian mystery revealed. The problem is that the people of our culture are deliberately putting their heads in the sand and not looking at what would help them. They're looking away, they're distracting themselves, they're not coming, they're ignoring. So they have to apparently get some feedback that what they're doing will not work, and that they do need to come here and co-host this and co-host. So we're looking forward to that occurring very, very soon. And we'll do this part of the ceremony now, very important for our family. Our family has a great deal of lesson to give the world with regard to the issue of breastfeeding. Our family has, you might say, been most bent out of shape by a problem with breastfeeding. And the milk of human kindness is a key issue in this culture, and we don't have much going on in this culture. We're one of the few cultures in the world, very few, that doesn't have extremely abundant paid family leave. Only here are we really ignoring our babies. And this is a sign for how many of the people born in the 40s and the 30s have no clue as to what's important in life and need to get some lessons relearned and give their lessons, how they suffered and how they made other people suffer because the lack of breastfeeding in their lives that was adequate and on cue and empathic to them. Now, we have some great experts, both from training and from personal experience in our family, and we want to bring them together. And we want to heal them as we heal the whole world, the holy world, because that experience is one of the most holy aspects of humanity, and we all know that. So we drink to the milk of human kindness for all, both in each and every one, as soon as possible. and we drink to the water of loving, living planets that will reclaim and sustain our planet Earth to be, showing all our sun, our stars, our moons, and all our planets, and our water, the flow of water, the loving, living flow, upon which life also depends. And so we'll say we represent all, both, and each and every one as soon as possible. To all, both, and each and every one as soon as possible. We'll celebrate and re-celebrate all our birthdays, conception days, name days, and holy days together. All, both, and each and every one as soon as possible. We'll start with our spring and autumnal spring birthdays, putting them together as equinox birthdays, and then building the circle all the way around, all years rounds. And we'll do that, celebrating all these days as holy days, because every time a person is conceived and every time a person is born, on this planet of a mother, having had been conceived in the universal mind, as well as by a mother and father, then we have a holy being. So we'll celebrate and re-celebrate all our birthdays and conception days, name days, and holy days together, past, present, and future. We'll catch up on the ones we missed. We'll apologize for those missing. So many people have reached toward us and we've shunned away, and for missing our own and shared in a circle. We'll share that and we'll enjoy it, and we'll make up for lost time. We'll set a new calendar and go back to the future and the best future. For all, both, and each and every one as soon as possible. Okay, and now we also want to show the pictures. First, we show our consciousness currencies of all our generations, our Shekinah at the top, our current Shekinah, and our Shekinah with our youth, female and male, age 37 and younger, worth zillions to the world and to themselves and to each other and to all of us. There we are. And now we show our large family tree. You know your pictures. You've seen these in so many videos, those who I'm calling upon you to be co-secretary generals, co-saviors with me. And there you are. Look how beautiful you are. Marvelous and miraculous, all of you. In all the generations, in both generations, in all the generations. Shekinah and female and male youth, age 37 and younger. If you would come to the circle, then I can reveal to you interactively how you brought about each other's extremely magnificent incarnations in past. You had interactions with each other that made that possible. And I want you to come to this circle so I can explain to you how. It's an interactive circle that made you so great in the past and in now, in the present, and the future. So we'll say, there we are. And a special group of people to me. Who are the children of our mother and the great and grandmothers. Very blessed group of women. And their guys weren't such slouches either, except they were under patriarchy, so they a little bit overvalued themselves compared to the women. The women did that too. That was a big mistake. That's what we're going to fix for all the future. Here we go. And once again, we'll show everyone in all their Shekinah sisterhood and their youthful Shekinah and Hekina brotherhood, and with the sheltering love watching from the universe of the great and grandmothers. However, the great and grandmothers are kind of getting disgusted with the fact that these people can't figure out how to gather, and so they might give them some hefty feedback pretty soon, but we intend for it to be of a compassionate nature and just educational, and not in any way something that they can't recover from and learn from. There we are. I want to say, I think this screen, from what I can see, reverses the left to right on these pictures. It reverses the left to right, it looks like, in the broadcast. So, no, there's a little bit of confusion going on here, but not too much. We want to put our young Shekinah first, but we don't want to neglect the young men either, because they're getting kind of screwed by their older generations, and we want to make sure that they are valued. They are very important, and having young men who stand up for egalitarian culture is a very key thing for all of us and for them. We value men who do that very greatly. They are too rare, and the men who do that, and we celebrate some this month time, have to know how important they are. They are the most important of men. So we'll also say we'll start fresh. And so I'll say once again for the broadcast, I think you heard it earlier, but I'll say it again. For the Shekinah among the women, we're celebrating especially as Harriet, who is personified in our holding these broadcasts as a great mother, the mother of the Tree of Love and Life in one of our traditions, and Reall and Clara Ra, another tradition here, Thracian, and the Astraean, and Atlantis, and Precious Antoinette, get a little French in there, and Risen Rose, the most beautiful of flowers, in terms of romance and fragrance and variety of colors, and also Precious Antoinette and Marie of Loving Flowing Kindness, and Grandma Popper, Better Than Mary Poppins, and Dorothy, learning all the lessons of the Wizard of Oz, and Lynn, our mother of the Gaia effect, and all her Shekinah and children also are depicted. They're included in those pictures. And we have more. We have more. So we're going to bring in more and be talking about more as we get past a little bit this celebratory time of some important people who worked on democracy on this planet, and I'll make that so key to our family to traditionally bring forth even better out of the old traditions and bring forth the true divine democracy of Atlantis risen. And we also mentioned, now that we've shown the pictures of our younger family and our Shekinah, we can also say the names of the men: Julian, Lois, Alan, Abel, Oscar, Paul, Joseph, Milton. We can say more about them after we've come out of our patriarchal stupor. So, and now we'll say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and all the blessings and all the greetings of all the heritages of our earth and our earths, past, present, and future together, including Namaste, the divine within me greets the divine within you, and Mitakuye Oyasin, Bahava, L'chaim Shalom, Tubast, Sitleric, Mirapache, Chow, and you name it. Our languages interface with all those of the earth and our earths. And we'll say also, love and live eternally young and longest, and prosper one and all. And we'll say that again. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, all the blessings and all the greetings and all the languages of all of our heritages, of our earths, past, present, and future together. Now, once again, I've done this broadcast as a single intercessory lone co-saviora, co-secretary general. We had some help, and we have some help that's going to be returning, who are of another heritage that's related to ours, and actually is the most important heritage in this North American land for us to keep remembering. They're going to be returning. They're taking a little bit of a break at the moment. We're going to assist them with their community and family that's building something new there to bring into the play of what we're doing. And so we're going to leave this as a message. And we also say the names of their great-grandmothers, Myrtle and Rose and Pearl and Marie and others of their children, who we want to also bring to the broadcast and have been asking for their Shekinah and their children to come to the broadcast. We have to honor them. That heritage has been very badly assaulted in North America. So we do want to especially honor Anna Marie and Ma Patricia, who have done so much for our family and for all families and all their children, Edith and April and Rosa, and I'm forgetting the name of one of the children. That's very bad. I get it. That's just because I'm having a brain freeze. And also Shannon and Ben and John. These are all people under age 37. And we want to bless them, and especially the sisters, Laura and Martha, that are so important in bringing forth the connection of a family. All of the people of North America have lost the rules of how to work a family. They haven't had clan mothers in so long, they don't know what it's all about in terms of family connection. But they're going to really learn, and they're going to have to relearn. If not, their land's going to be destroyed. And so we hope and we pray for all of them to wake up, and especially we're also including Georgine, whose voice was heard on this broadcast recently. Don't want to leave her out, and she's getting the ability to teach others, other women of her age group, and enjoy the neighbors that she has, and they her, as love thy neighbor as thyself. And that's why we make the broadcast on this line too. So we got lots of good things coming up, and by the time spring, well, I'd say that before Valentine's Day, it would be best for those people who I'm reaching out to participate as co-hostesses and co-host and ensure their best karma and avoid any negative feedback from the universe. So big hugs, huge hugs. And huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, and huge hugs again. And the kitties have been here. They're kind of high. They're in the tower right now. They're in their tower. You can't see them. They're in their tower. And they're looking upon us and very much present and witnessing this too. Donia Ruffles and Mario Rainbow Sweetheart, Mario Rainbow Sweetheart, and Donia Ruffles say hi and hugs to Heather and Jam, Jam and Heather. And on behalf of Whiskers, Tiger, Buttermilk, Blackie, and Holly and Felix. And sometimes I like to vary the order of that on, say, Whiskers and Tiger and Holly and Buttermilk and Blackie, or and Blackie and Buttermilk and Felix. All of you, great love, every blessing.
To save this message, press 1. Your greeting has been saved.
There.
Change extension type, press 1.
And now we're going to show your pictures a little larger again.
Press 2. To manage
I think we did that already.
3. To hear messages recorded
Okay.
in this extension,
Now I'm just going to make
4.
some quick
To
calls
delete
to the
this
individuals
extension, press
involved.
8. Menu, press 9.
Hi, dear neighbor. People can hear me. I'm broadcasting and I'm putting it on mute.
Press 1. To hear it again, press 2. To re-record, your greeting has been saved. To change extension type, press.
Okay, now you've seen us do the ceremony twice. We're kind of running it by our family genealogical group over and over and over again because they have been kind of stuck in a paralysis in terms of response to it. However, we know that over time, even ice melts, icy snow melts, and then the rivers of warm, beautiful spring water are there in all communities. I am broadcasting from a place that always has spring in its name, and I bring that to all humanity. I am the first but not last or only cosmic Christ. I am the Paraclete. I bring you the greatest gifts and good tidings as soon as you follow the new millennial golden rule, the new law for planet Earth. It's at 5050 now.wordpress.com. We'll be back with another broadcast within a few hours. Every blessing and namaste. We'll let you look at a screen share for a while and then we'll end the broadcast. Hello, this is Anne Marie. Hi, Anne Marie. I just finished. What? Is it snowing there in Oregon too? Oh, I see. Okay, doing the what? What is that? What is the homeless count? Okay, now I want to understand from your lips why you're not responding when I call you during the broadcasts and you know, to my phone calls. What's happening? All right, honey, you're going to get. I want to take pressure off of you. I don't think you understand. You're getting inferior medical care. They're making you sick. You're getting. They're gonna. I know people. I'm not scolding you. I'm not scolding. I'm trying to protect you. Do you want to make yourself sick? Okay, well then you're in denial. You're in denial, and you're going to find. I need to be very straight with you. I love you very much. I'm not.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 54129035755 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Anna Marie, I love you very much, but I have to be very straight with you. You're in extreme denial. You are running around doing a bunch of things like a chicken without a head, and you know what it's going to amount to in a year or two? Absolutely nothing. Because the North American continent will be in a state of environmental catastrophe. You won't be helping any homeless people. You won't be helping yourself, and you won't be helping your children or my family or your children or anyone or your mother. You have to not be a little naive little idiot. And I'm sorry if you think I'm scolding you. I'm going to use plain English to speak with you. You hang up the phone anytime something that is said that you don't agree with. And I've seen other women do that too. Are you 2 years old? That you hang up the phone whenever you don't like something? Who does that? I see that going on with all kinds of North American women. That means they have a mental age of about 6 months. You have to be able as an adult to sustain a conversation. Sometimes there is conflict. Do you think that the men of the so-called federal government that you're waiting for funds for don't have conflict with each other? And do you think that Mr. Barack Obama hangs up on Mr. Putin when they have conflict? Are you a baby or are you an adult?
If you are satisfied with your message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record, press 3. To send your message with normal delivery, press 1. To send your message with urgent delivery, press 2. Thank you. Bye. Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 541290357 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Anna Marie, I want to speak very lovingly to you too. I can be a little stern, but I can also be very loving because I do love you. And I care about you. And you are making yourself sick. The way you're going about your life without having family therapy for you and your mother, without having any place where you and your mother discuss your relationship difficulties and sort them out, and going from one doctor to another for this physical ailment, that physical ailment, and this physical ailment, and that physical ailment, is also, all of that, a sign of the fact that you and the system that you're operating with are blind. The human emotion is the biggest factor in health. Your mother and you are in a lot of conflict. Your mother doesn't even answer her phone anymore. Your mother is malfunctioning. And you don't have any family therapist in your life. You're in denial, Anne-Marie. Now, you say you care about the homeless. Homeless people have families and relationships. But if you don't care about yours and other people's, you're going to wind up homeless. Then you won't be able to help the homeless people except from the homeless shelter, which could be a good experience. But, and you are in a sense homeless right now because you haven't grappled with it yet at the level that you should have and could have already. With me, with calls to Paula Bechtold and other people in Oregon who would deal with this in a more respectful way to you as a white Catholic woman. You haven't claimed your headdress. I've given it to you, but you're not claiming it. And so other people just treat you as like a ditzy lady who's got mental problems, and that's who you are becoming. Do you want to break free of that dysfunction, or do you want to just perpetuate it like a little broken record? I want you to break free of it and be free and be a marvelous, miraculous human being who you are, a goddess.
If you are satisfied with your message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To send your message with normal delivery, press 1. To send your message with urgent delivery, press 2. Thank you. Your message has been sent. Goodbye.
Anna Marie, I love you very much, and I want to say something to you very deep. A lot of Native American women and people suffered in this land. Some of them are Coquille. You said you're part Coquille. You and I should be doing outreach calls to the Coquille in Oregon with you as White-Capped Buffalo woman. But you're not doing that, and you're making yourself sick because you're not doing that. When you step away from your own empowerment, your body says, oh, she wants to be a victim, and it makes you into a victim. And what you're feeling in your body and all the problems that you and your mother are having is the fact that you are refusing now, clearly, to heed the simple knowledge of what you already said to me, that you said it, that patriarchy internalized is a problem. You and your mother have internalized patriarchy. You see yourself as at the bottom of a male-dominated hierarchy. And you are in your own mind grateful for every little crumb without recognizing how inverted that situation really is. If you think like Atlantis as a goddess, then you would realize that the Statue of Liberty would find that ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. But that is what you have accepted, and you're dealing with other women who accept that. I could hear from Bitten that she accepts that too. She has had a brain injury, and she is thinking like a person with a brain injury. Now, you can all be healed, and your biggest problem mentally is that you accept and continue, despite one part of you saying, you know, it's a problem, the other part is very busily saying federal government. You don't have a federal government, dear. There is no government. There is a co-optation apparatus that has created enormous numbers of homeless people because people like Warren Buffett owns the trailer parks and he has a very enormous amount of wealth, and the rest of the people are poor. Do you care to help the homeless, or do you care to just put Band-Aids on gaping wounds? I think you are a masochist. Now, there's some good things about being a masochist. That means they can put up with a lot of crap. But if you just get stuck in that mode, then you're not giving yourself a chance. So I love you, honey, and I think you're highly intelligent, and you would like to help my nephew with his Crohn's disease and little Vanessa so she doesn't get depressed and kill herself. I think you would like to do those things, and I think you would like to help your own children too. And I would like to help them. I'm a clan mother too, you know. And you might say I'm a Native American too. And I'm speaking to you as a Native American princess to another Native American princess. We need to act like White-Capped Buffalo women together. This is my land too. I may not have the Native American genes directly, but through the Indian connection, which is part of my family, I do. And the fact that the Native American people have not learned more from the people of India is a tragedy. They're named for them. Today is the celebration in India of the family of Kasturba and Mahatma Gandhi. That's what they're doing in India today. And you, an American, quote, Indian, are not even able to have a conversation with me because, oh, I said something you didn't like. And like a small abused child, you hung up on me and didn't process your own emotions at all. Anna Marie? Are you there, dear? I want you to know that if you were participating in the broadcast, you would have heard me say the names of all your family. I said them because you weren't there to say them yourself. I said the names of my family, Shekinah and Youth. I said them for both of us. I feel that I'm acting as your intercessor now. You know, there's different parts to patriarchy. There's the dominator men, and there's the submissive enabling women. And you are being a submissive enabling woman. That's what you're doing. And all you're running around to various meetings, when you know behind the scenes, the 1% is pulling, the patriarchal 1% is pulling the strings, is like mental masturbation. Now, you are capable of more than that. You're a very great lady. And don't you get pulled into that by the other activists that you're working with and all their talk about Bernie Sanders and whatever their nonsense is. There is no election coming up. The 1% is in control and they're destroying the animal farm. Anna Marie, there's a song by Paul Simon that goes, the nearer your destination, the more you keep slip sliding away. You, by your calls to Georgine, warmed her up. She gave a very nice conversation with me the other day. She is interested in getting a computer. She gave me a very high-level conversation and very kind. She told me the name of her mother, Malka, and her sister, Shirley, and all about them. Now, I'm going to be mentioning them online, too, in the broadcasts. I want to mention them with your family, too. I don't mind holding everyone in my chalice, but I think it's really sad that women can't come to this. The women of this culture are acting like they have the self-esteem of worms. And I mean that. They may run around from cause to cause. Deep down, they know that it's all manipulated in the 1% in the background. And those crumbs that they get, those small allocations, are nothing compared to what is going to corporate boardrooms and to Wall Street and to weapons. And you know it. You already know this. You have to decide what kind of world you want for. First of all, if you want a world. Maybe you don't. I think a lot of women are to the point where they're saying, well, I don't care if the world ends, not my problem. I don't care if the kids die young, not my problem. A lot of women are so battered by patriarchy, they'll betray their own children. And I think that's happened to you already. I don't want you to repeat that cycle, and I don't want you to repeat towards yourself. So I can only appeal to you with words and with common sense. You are avoiding what you decided to take on. And I'm getting to the point where I'm ready to write a book about how American women are destroying themselves and each other in their world. And put it all over the internet and all the examples and the anecdotes, all of them. But of course, I'd rather we all act like goddess fairy godmothers and work together. So I love you, and give me a call later. Maybe you'll feel up to it, and we'll do some outreach calls. You're excellent at it, and a broadcast together. You don't have to hide. Every blessing. Huge hugs to younger generations, Vanessa and Harlan News Love is. Harlan News Love is and Vanessa. The messages are already on the phone tree for midday's messages, lots of them. And huge hugs, and you know you're already Co-Secretary General's Co-Savior. And I think it's not a good idea for Louis Laviz to continue to hide the contact information for Vanessa. I think it's harming both of you now, and you shouldn't do that anymore. I love you very much. If anybody intimidates you or threatens you, you have to see through the bluster and understand that people can say things that they don't really mean. And even if they do, that there are ways that you can cope with the situation and help them out of their goofy stance toward anything. So I love you so much. And know that you can call me 24/7. I love Julianne Marie very, very much. I love Julianne Marie very, very much, and all the women, Shakina of our family, and all the youth age 37 and younger, female and male, you know. You're all Co-Secretary Generals, Co-Savior, equinoctial cues, budding, blooming flowers with the heart lights on in all seasons. You're going to come through. I love you. And, you know, you can call me 24/7. Huge hug. And Donia Ruffles and Mary Rainbow Sweetheart, and Donia Ruffles say hi and hugs from Heather and Jam and Heather. And on behalf of Whiskers, Tiger, Buttermilk, Holly, let's put it this way, Whiskers, Tiger, Blackie, Buttermilk, Holly, Felix, and whatever order you want to put it in. We have to change the orders a little bit so that, but we have to put Holly above 2 because she's a female kitty, and the female kitties are having the most trouble right now. But that doesn't mean the nice boy kitties aren't having trouble. They are having trouble, and we have to love them very, very much and know how precious they are. Harlan News Love is a diamond, and Vanessa is also an equal gem. Maybe she's a female diamond, okay? You two are so incredibly marvelous and miraculous a couple. I can't tell you enough. Again, you can call me 24/7. Huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs. Huge hugs to younger generations, Vanessa and Harlan News Love is. Harlan News Love is and Vanessa. The messages are already on the phone tree for midday's messages, lots of them. And huge hugs, and you know you're already Co-Secretary General's Co-Savior. And I think it's not a good idea for Louis Laviz to continue to hide the contact information for Vanessa. I think it's harming both of you now, and you shouldn't do that anymore. I love you very much. If anybody intimidates you or threatens you, you have to see through the bluster and understand that people can say things that they don't really mean. Huge hugs to younger generations, Vanessa and Harlan News Love is. Harlan News Love is and Vanessa. The messages are already on the phone tree. And of course for Julianne Marie and Georgina, we've done lots of outreach too. You just stand in the breach, Reall. They'll eventually, it's you. It's up to you, baby. You're the only one. Don't worry about it. Whatever they do, they'll do. If they go with the devil, then they'll get the hell that they are. They'll start getting a bunch of curses, and that's what will happen. You're still here. You're giving them the right prescription. You got it for them. They're going to have to use their cortex. They have one for a purpose. They have some. If they can't use it at all, they'll find their
huge hugs to younger generations. Vanessa and Harlan Love is in Vanessa. The messages are already on the phone tree. Huge hugs to younger generations. Vanessa and Harlan Love is in Vanessa. The messages are already on the phone tree. And of course, for Julia Marie and Georgina, we've done lots of outreach too. For midday. For midday's messages, lots of them. And huge hugs, and you know you're already Co-Secretary General's Co-Savior Raz. And I think it's not a good idea for Louis Laviz to continue to hide the contact information for Vanessa. I think it's harming both of you now, and you shouldn't do that anymore. I love you very much. If anybody intimidates you or threatens you, you have to see through the bluster and understand that people can say things that they don't really mean. And even if they do, that there are ways that you can cope with the situation and help them out of their goofy stance toward anything. So I love you so much. And know that you can call me 24/7. I love Julianne Marie very, very much. I love Julianne Marie very, very much, and all the women, Shekinah of our family, and all the youth. Julianne Marie very.
Yeah.
24/7. I love Julianne Marie very. I love Julianne Marie. You can call me 24/7. I love Julianne Marie very, very much, and all. I love Julianne Marie very, very much, and all the women, Shekinah of our family, and all the youth, age 37 and younger, female and male. You know, you're all Co-Secretary General's Co-Savior Raz, equinoctial cues, budding, blooming flowers with heart lights on in all seasons. You're going to come through. I love you, and you know you can call me 24/7. Huge hug, and Donia Ruffles and Marie was sweetheart, and Donia Ruffles say hi and hugs from Heather and Jam and Heather. And on behalf of Whiskers, Tiger, Buttermilk, Holly, let's put it this way: Whiskers, Tiger, Blackie, Buttermilk, Holly, and on behalf of Whiskers, Tiger, Buttermilk, Holly, let's put it this way: Whiskers, Tiger. And on behalf, let's put it this way: Whiskers, Tiger, Blackie, Buttermilk, Holly, Felix. And on behalf of Whiskers, Tiger, Buttermilk, Holly, let's put it this way: Whiskers, Tiger. And on behalf of Whiskers, Tiger, Buttermilk, Holly, let's put it this way, Whiskers, I'm Jen and Heather, Whiskers, Tiger, Holly, Blackie, Holly, Blackie, Buttermilk, Holly, Felix, Tiger, Holly, Blackie, Buttermilk, Felix, and whatever order you want to put it in. We have to change the orders a little bit so that, but we have to put Holly above 2 because she's a female kitty, and the female kitties are having the most trouble right now. But that doesn't mean the nice boy kitties aren't having trouble. They are having trouble, and we have to love them very, very much and know how precious they are. Harlan Lewis Love is a diamond, and Vanessa is also an equal gem. Maybe she's a female diamond, okay? You two are also an equal gem. Maybe she's a female diamond, okay? You two are so an equal gem. Maybe she's a female diamond. You two are so incredibly marvelous and miraculous a couple. I can't tell you enough. Again, you can call me 24/7. Huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs. I just talked with Anne Marie. She's got a lot going on, her and Ma Patricia, but you're going to hear from them again pretty soon. I can't tell you enough. Again, you can call me 24/7. Again, you can call me 24/7. I just talked with Anne Marie. She's got a lot going on, her and Ma Patricia, but you're going to hear from them again pretty soon. Huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs. From them again pretty soon. From them again soon. From them again soon. Huge. From them again soon. Huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs. You're going to hear from them again soon. Huge hugs. Hear from them again soon. Huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs, huge hugs. Huge hugs. Huge furry hugs. Huge hugs, huge furry hugs. Huge furry hugs. Huge hugs, huge. Huge hugs, huge furry hugs.